Last bit of news here on the show. Taylor Edwards, who was right there at the game. I was next to him for a bit, so it was up to him there at the Texas A&M Miami game. That was his last hurrah with Miami because he is now going to Florida State as executive director of football management, previously at South Carolina. Didn't know him great, knew him a little bit. A good guy, seemed like. Certainly knows what he's talking about. South Carolina, you see the talent level there that he had played a big role in. I think with Miami, you had a situation where there was already a pretty strong recruiting department, and ultimately, it just wasn't able to. I don't say fit in because that's too negative a connotation, but it was just there was not much room, right? You had a lot of guys doing a lot of good work in that room already, so I think maybe he wants a bigger role at Florida State, which is lame duck coach. I mean, the guy's gone in a year, so it's not necessarily the most appealing job, but I think at least gives him a chance to maybe, because the department is so much further behind where Miami's is, he has more of a chance to make an impact there because FSU's personnel has been an abject disaster, high school portal, you name it. It's been a complete disgrace for the past couple of years, whereas Miami, it's functioning at a pretty high level. I think you guys saw that. Look at all the hits in this last recruiting class. Look at all the hits in the portal. Look at that level of talent on the team. We're talking about maybe the number 1 and number 2 players in the country committed next year for 27. So I just think if he goes to a worse department, which is Florida State, he could make more of an impact and have more of a role. So I wouldn't read anything into it. It's not like FSU stealing somebody from Miami. But at the same time, I think Taylor Edwards does a good job and his talent is going to do great for FSU. I think the problem is much bigger than a personnel guy. They're just a complete disaster. But for him, at least he has a chance to do more, have more of a role. I don't think it's a raise. I don't know those specifics, but I think that's more what you're talking about with Taylor Edwards going to Florida State, is just leaving. It's like when you see in the portal somebody leave a loaded team to go to a team that has nobody just so they could play more. I think you're seeing the same kind of thing from a front office standpoint with Taylor Edwards. He is leaving a loaded Miami recruiting department, which, again, I'm going to repeat, top 8 team in the country right now, at least. Certainly, I think roster-wise, you're talking about top 5 type roster. Incredible hit rate in that 2025 class with 2 freshmen All-Americans, maybe the 2 best freshmen in the country with Malachi Tony and Bryce Fitzgerald, plenty more. Portal class with hit after hit, Jacoby Thomas, Keontae Scott, Zechariah Poyser, the corners, Mohamed Toure, David Blay. You just go down the line. It's just on defense. I'm sure I'm leaving some people out. James Brockermeyer doing a nice job at center for the Canes. CJ Daniels, great pickup. Keelan Marion really performing well. Marty Brown helping us win a lot of games. So, this was a very, very good. Carter Davis as a kickoff guy that's now, I know he had the tough game in the win, but he was great all year. Great on kickoffs all year as well. So this was a very, very, very strong season for Miami's personnel department and the season before. So I think it's just an operation that's operating at a very high level with a lot of people involved. And I think Taylor, by all accounts, talented, does a great job, just wanted a bigger role. And I think Florida State, if you look at Florida State, their 5 stars have been busting. Pretty much uniformly. Like every big recruit they've signed has been completely terrible. Not just disappointing, but useless. They have not gotten any production at all. Let me pull up some of the Florida State's commitments just so we can laugh a little bit at how bad they are, which, we do often on this show, but it's hard to do it enough. So I'm going back to 2023. This is the Mawanoa Bain year for the Canes, just to kind of let's just compare apples to apples. So 2023 is when Miami signed Bain, Miami signed Mawanoa, Miami signed Mark Fletcher, really the skeleton of this playoff team. These are their highest rated recruits at FSU that year. Hakeem Williams, 5-star, complete disaster for him, didn't do anything. Lucas Simmons, offensive tackle, still haven't seen him do anything. Conrad Hussey, he's gone. That's just, that's the top of their class. They're the 16th ranked class in the country. Not a lot of big recruits. 2024, this is their 11th ranked class. This is one of their best high school recruiting classes on paper. But then you look at it, Luke Kromenhoek, quarterback, complete disaster, gone. Charles Lester hasn't done anything. Jamari Howard from Norland corner hasn't done anything. Kai Bates, I believe he's also in the portal. Manasseh Itete, offensive lineman from California, nothing. Cam Davis in the portal. I mean, these are guys who are all gone. Landon Thomas, their big tight end, gone. Elijah Moore, 4-star out of Maryland, gone. I'm missing some transfers, but these are their top players in the country that have left. Look at 2025. About high rank recruits. They're not landing a lot of them, but the ones they land are terrible. Kevin Wynn at defensive tackle last year. I guess he's okay. I haven't seen him play too much. Chroma looks like a pretty good player. Jesse Harold, I believe, has already left. Mario Nash, I believe, has already left. Zay Thomas hasn't played. Javen Boggs, who was supposed to be their star receiver, already left. And in the portal, ever since that haul with Jared Verse and Fisk and all those guys, has been terrible. So, I mean, again, I know I'm harsh here, but who have they signed out of high school that's any good for Florida State? They got the Desir twins, looked like they were pretty good hits. Micah Danzy, I like that pickup, fast. I mean, not the most polished receiver, but definitely an explosive player. But other than that, there's really not much on this roster that you would want at all. Then you look at transfers out of Florida State. Jabril Rawls, their nickel, who's probably their best defensive player, he's gone. Randy Pittman, the tight end, who was one of their best offensive players, he's gone. We'll see if Deuce Robinson sticks around and goes to the pros. I'm guessing he might be waiting to see what happens at quarterback. It's been bad. FSU has 22 players entering the portal. Let's see if I can find a full list. I know it's hard. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at their portal list. How about this? Here's FSU's outgoing transfers. Javen Boggs. Again, they thought this guy was going to be a stud for him. Gone. James Williams, the transfer from Nebraska. They thought he was going to be great. Gone. Brock Glenn. Didn't he start that ACC championship game for him? Gone. Elijah Moore. He was a 4-star as a high school recruit. All these guys, their rankings go down. Gone. Landon Thomas, tight end, 4-star. His rankings gone down. Gone. Cam Davis, another one. These were guys that were highly ranked guys coming in, poorly ranked coming out. But they have some pretty good portals players as far as like guys that were starters on their team outgoing. Omar Graham's a 91 ranked portal player, 4-star linebacker originally from Broward County. He'll be a highly ranked transfer to somebody, but he's outgoing from the Knowles. Jabril Rawls, 94 ranked. That's a high portal ranking. That's like an NFL day 2 almost portal ranking. 4-star player in the portal. He's gone. So like the players going out, look at Edwin Joseph, who played a lot for Florida State this year from Broward County. He was a tough recruiting loss to the Canes. 91 ranked portal player. 91 grade in the portal, I should say. 4-star portal player and defensive back gone. So they're losing some talented guys. Yeah, Mario Nash, L.A. Jesse Harold. These are stars of their recruiting class that just happened. And they're already gone. So not only are their high school guys terrible, like in terms of like the guys they get that are highly rated have been bust. They're not landing highly ranked classes to begin with. Then their players that they have that are good on their current team are leaving. And then there's nothing incoming. So I don't know what to say. Best of luck to Taylor, because I think he's good and he'll help them. Hopefully he gets paid. Hopefully he signed a big 1-year contract, because that thing is getting shaken up in a year. But that's basically my thoughts on all that stuff.